It's Rebecca from Devour Dinner and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making some chicken Parmesan. So if you're new and just joining us, welcome. We're excited to have you. If you're returning and you've been on our channel before, welcome back. We love that you're here and we hope that you will love this recipe. So today we're going to make chicken Parmesan. And I love going out to eat and eat chicken Parmesan. It's just delicious and it's just one of those kind of comfort foods that I enjoy. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to make, and you can make it in about 30 minutes. So let's get started. I already have on the stove behind me, I've started some water to boil. We want to get our noodles cooking to begin with because those will take quite a bit of time. And then we're going to start with the rest of our products. Okay, so we're going to start with a couple of eggs and we're going to crack those into a bowl. We're going to add in some milk. And we're going to just whisk those up lightly. We're going to set that aside, crumbs, so we can bread our chicken, and we're going to set that aside. Then we're going to bring in cutting board and some chicken. Now our chicken is rather thick, you can see, so we're going to cut it horizontally, and to do that you're just going to lay it on a cutting board and hold your knife. You don't want to hold around your knife, you just want to hold to the edges of your knife so that you can just slice right through your chicken breast. See, we have two nice pieces here. They're beautiful. And we'll do that one more time. Once again, my fingers are just on the edge, not around the edge, around the bottom. The reason for that is it gives you better clearance if your knuckles aren't in the way. And just in an easy sawing motion, I just go back and forth. Once again, beautifully put apart. I like to, when I am breading my chicken, I like to first put it in the breadcrumbs. And then I like to dip it in my egg mixture. And both sides, so it's evenly coated. And then back into the breadcrumbs. This gives a nice thick base of breadcrumbs as it is fried up. You're gonna wanna make sure all those edges get covered. Sometimes it needs just a little bit of help. And we'll set it aside. So once again, breadcrumbs, then the egg mixture, and back in the breadcrumbs. Then we'll set this aside. We'll do this to all of our pieces of chicken. And don't worry if your hands get a little messy. You can always wash your hands after this process. You'll want to use soap and water because we are handling raw meat. And you don't want to contaminate any other food surfaces. And there, they're covered. So then we will just put this in our sink and wash our hands. Now that we have our chicken prepped and ready to go, our water is boiling, and so we're gonna go ahead and get our noodles and put those in the pot. You'll notice I'm kind of spreading these around so they don't get stuck to one another. And then as they start to soften, we'll stir them so that they don't stick. You're gonna wanna follow the package directions on how long to cook the noodles. All right, my noodles have softened up a bit, and so I'm giving them a quick stir just to make sure that they don't stick together. And I'm going to let them cook. In the meantime, I'm starting to heat up a frying pan, and I'm going to be adding olive oil to the pan so that we can cook up our chicken. I'm using about 4 tablespoons in this large frying pan, and I'm going to make sure that it coats the bottom. Now that we have our oil hot on the stove, we're gonna go ahead and put our chicken right into that oil. Can you hear the sizzle? The chicken breast will cook for 3 minutes per side, and so you'll want to set a timer for 3 minutes. And I have this over a medium to medium high. So I am on a 7 on my gas stove to cook these. While your chicken is cooking, it is a perfect time to clean up your workspace. You have just a couple of minutes to rinse off some of those dishes and the cutting boards that you've used to keep your workspace clean, and it'll really help you at the end when you want to sit down and eat that you don't have a messy kitchen. There's our timer. So we will go ahead and flip these chicken breasts. Oh, they look fabulous. Nice and golden. So we're going to start our timer again for another 3 minutes to cook on the other side. And when they're done, we're going to take a 9x13 pan. We're going to spray it with some cooking spray, and we're going to place our chicken breast in this pan. The chicken breast will need to go into the oven for a few minutes to melt the cheese. So now is a great time to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Depending upon the size frying pan you use, you might need to do 2 different batches of the chicken. Today I'm only putting in 2 at a time. Regularly I can get in 4. So while your chicken is cooking, you're going to also want to heat up your sauce. So today I am using tomato and basil pasta sauce from Full Circle. And I just got that on a medium heat, just so it can start warming up, and then I can use it for my chicken Parmesan. Also, I can take my Parmesan or my mozzarella cheese. Who doesn't love a nice layer of Parmesan melted over the top? So we're gonna go ahead and cut this up into some slices. to have that ready as well. If you utilize your time while you're cooking, everything will come together at one time, and it's wonderful. You won't feel stressed and rushed if you just take a few minutes to plan ahead. Okay, I'm going to take my mozzarella and I'm just going to open this up. This is a new cutting board. Remember, you don't want to contaminate different surfaces. It's also a new knife. And I am going to just slice some mozzarella. All right, everyone. Our noodles are done, so we're going to go ahead and pull those off and rinse and drain them in a colander. Okay, we have our chicken breasts ready. We're going to take our slices of mozzarella cheese and put right over the middle of each of these. Then we are just going to add a little bit of sauce right across it. And a little bit of garnish of some fresh basil. And then we're just going to pop this into the oven for about 5 minutes or so. We want that cheese to get bubbly and nice and warm. And here you have it. Doesn't that look beautiful? Now we'll go ahead and plate it up. Okay, we're gonna plate this up. We're gonna take some of our noodles, place it in our bowl. Doesn't that look wonderful? Then we're gonna get some of our tomato basil pasta sauce, placed right down on top. I also like to hide a little bit of Parmesan cheese right down underneath, so you get that flavor down into the noodles as well. And then we are going to take our chicken Parmesan. Place that on top. Touch up a little bit of that sauce right across the top. Add a fresh bay leaf, some basil. And sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan. There you go. Beautiful. And here it is, the finished chicken Parmesan in under 30 minutes. Doesn't it look fabulous? I know you're gonna love it. It's one of those quick and simple, easy meals that you can prepare for your family or for your friends or anyone who comes over. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Devour Dinner. Also, please share this with someone you love so that they can make it too. We love your comments and your feedback. If you have any questions, please let us know. And thank you so much for joining us today at Devour Dinner. Bon appetit!